And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are just ready to get started with the men's match here momentarily between ICC and East Central. ICC will be wearing the all-red kits this afternoon, while East Central will be wearing their all-gray. And we will read to you our Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups for this afternoon's match between ICC and East Central. For the Indians, at keeper number 0, William Blake, and for the rest of the field, number 3, Braden Walters, number 4, Quint Hofstede, number 6, Micah King, number 7, Elijah Belk, number 8, Luke Dearsley, number 11, Frank Rodriguez, number 18, Cross Lindsay, number 24, Alfredo Guerra, number 27, Will Barber, and number 28, Nicholas Schulz. And we are underway here in Fulton. That is going to be kicked up and sent up, and that'll roll out of bounds. So sent over to the far side by Guerra, intended for Nicholas Schulz. That's broken up by East Central. East Central working on the far side, taken away by Alfredo Guerra. He is tripped down. So sent up, and it'll go out of bounds. So Braden Walters will send it up to Nicholas Schulz. Schulz will pass it to Micah King. And that is disrupted by East Central. So here's Cross Lindsay. Will pass it up to Braden Walters, and Walters will send it over to Alfredo Guerra on the far side. And that is taken away by East Central. Fighting back and forth for possession, and this is Micah King, who will pass it up to Will Barber. Barber passes it to Alfredo Guerra, who is in stride right here Alfredo is tripped up. There will be a call. And this will send up a penalty kick opportunity for ICC. And this will be Luke Dearsley on the penalty kick. Kick is on its way, and it goes in. ICC strikes first after Luke Dearsley scores on a penalty kick. With 40:35 left in the first half. And so play will restart. ICC leading 1-0 over East Central after Luke Dearsley cashes in on the penalty kick. And so approaching on the other side of the field was East Central, but that is taken away by Quint Hofsty, and he sends it up for Frank Rodriguez. And that will just roll. And so here's Braden Walters giving chase, and he will pass it to Alfredo Guerra. And nicely deflected right there by East Central. And that will get away from the Warriors, and Quinn Hofsty will pick it back up for ICC. And so this is Micah King, who will pass it to Nicholas Schultz. Here's Nicholas here. And this will set up a kick opportunity for ICC. Luke Dearsley will kick. And it'll just go off the top of the net right there. So this will set up a corner kick opportunity for ICC. This will be Luke Dearsley on the corner kick. Kick is up and on its way. And defended by East Central right there. And so Elijah Bell gives chase for the soccer ball, but it'll roll out of bounds. And so here's Elijah Belk over on the far side in stride, but he will pass it to Will Barber. And Barber with a shot on an assist from Elijah Belk. So it was Elijah Belk with the takeaway. And he got the Indians down 2 goal side. Then it was Belk to Barber and Barber to net. So we are on the far side, inside the box. Well defended right there, but it will roll out of bounds. And so that shot deflected off a header by Quinn Hofsty, and that shot will just go up and over the goal. It is a corner kick coming up for East Central. Kick is up and on its way. And snatched out of the air by William Blake. A quick reaction by William Blake keeps it a 2-0 advantage for the Indians over East Central. So here's Quinn Hofsty, who will run the ball down out of bounds. So here is William Blake, who will kick it out for ICC. Kick is up and on its way. So Luke will pass it to Alfredo Guerra. Now here's Alfredo in stride, but he is cut off by the East Central defender. Elijah Bell trying to take the top off the defense, and So here's Braden Walters, who will send it to Nicholas Scholes. And Scholes trying to get around defenders. Here's Will Barber again. And deflected right there. Back-to-back deflections by the keeper. And another deflection right there. By Giraldo, the keeper for East Central. He had back-to-back deflections at the goal right there. So kick is on its way and deflected out by Alfredo Guerra. So William Blake will kick it back out for ICC. And this is Anthony Cruz right here for East Central. And a sliding kick right there by Alfredo will force it out of bounds. And Alfredo's kick will go up and high and sent back towards the other side of the field. So East Central surveying the ICC defense. And that's taken away by the Indians. Here's Leander Breedenbrooker trying to give chase to the soccer ball, but it'll roll out of bounds. And so this is Julian McCord. We'll pass it back to Anthony Cruz. East Central at work on the far side. And nicely deflected right there by Cross Lindsay. That allows Elijah Belk to take it away for ICC. And here's Leander Breedenbrooker. And so here's Caden Smith, but that will just get away from him. And So here's William Blake, who will kick it back out to reset possession for ICC, but McCord gets a foot on it and will disrupt it momentarily for ICC. Elijah Belk will pick it back up for the Indians, and he'll pass it up looking for Caden Smith, but that is taken away by Anthony Cruz. And that'll just roll out of bounds right there. So William Blake will kick it to reset possession for ICC. Kick is on its way. So here is McCord, who will pass it up to Owe. And that is kicked out of the box by Quint Hofsty. And taken away by Luke Dearsley. He passes it to Elijah Belk, and Elijah will pass it back to Luke. Luke sends it up to Leander Breedenbrooker, but a little too much contact right there. Will give possession back to ICC. And so here's Alfredo in the box. But a sliding save by Giraldo will make it, will keep it at just a 2-0 advantage for ICC. So John Gant will get the defensive stop, and McCord will throw it in for East Central. So here's William Blake. His kick is on the way. So Quint Hofsty will kick it for ICC. Kick is up and on its way, deflected out by East Central. But here is Vincent Walters, who will pick it back up for the Indians. This is Leander Breedenbrooker inside the box. Passes it over to Caden Smith, who will pass it to Nicholas Scholes. Scholes to Braden Walters, and that will just go out of bounds right there. So Julian McCord will send it to Anthony Cruz, and Cruz trying to take the top off the Indians' defense, but deflected out by Alfredo Guerra, but East Central will retain possession, but that is taken away by Braden Walters, and East Central will get it right back. And William Blake will just snatch it away right there. So with 16:21 remaining in the first half, ICC leads East Central 2-0. So William Blake will kick it out of the box for ICC. And hit out on a header right there. Here's Alfredo Guerra. And Guerra will just kick it back to William Blake to restart a possession. And so here's Braden Walters. We'll pass it up to Caden Smith. But that is taken away by East Central. Brian Leesmore. And defensive pressure from both squads here in this part of the match. And disrupted momentarily by Roy Gonzalez, number 13 for ICC, but it will go out of bounds. Possession will stay with East Central. So here on the throw in for East Central. Taken on the far side, and it'll roll out of bounds. Last touch by ICC. So Alfredo will throw it back in. Vincent Walters will take it and pass it to Roy Gonzalez, but that'll be kicked out. So here's Quint Hofsty here. Quint trying to take the top off the defense. He'll send it up and over. And Cruz will deflect it on a header to send it back the other direction. So ICC will throw it in. Here is Alfredo on the throw in. And so hit on a header by Roy Gonzalez. East Central working horizontally, trying to find a window to open in the ICC defense. And here's McCord in stride, but Ronaldo Sierna is giving chase. And East Central will retreat a little bit, try to collect themselves. And deflected right there by Roy Gonzalez. Anthony Cruz right here on the near side passes it up. Kick is up and on its way. And William Blake will just look that one in and will reset possession for ICC, which leads 2-0 over East Central with 11:20 remaining in the first half. So much like it was for the women's match, this is the last regular season home match for 10 sophomores of the ICC men's soccer program. Those sophomores include William Blake, Braden Walters, Elijah Belk, Luke Dearsley, Caden Smith, Frank Rodriguez, Osvaldo Gonzalez, George Favela, Cross Lindsay, and Alfredo Guerra. Want to thank those sophomores for the hard work and dedication they put in to the ICC men's soccer program during their 2 seasons here. So William Blake will send it back out for ICC. So scrambling over possession. And we have so Ronaldo Sierra was a little slow to get up, but he is up on his own 2 feet. And the referee telling the East Central sideline, hey, come on. So East Central restart right here. This is Anthony Cruz trying to send it back down towards the other side. So Alfredo Guerra will kick it. And it will be kicked back and forth between ICC and East Central. But it looks like Connor McNabb will pick it up for East Central. And so here's Renardo Cierna in stride. He's going to pass it off to Will Brooks. Will going to have to work horizontally. But that'll just go out of bounds right there. With 6:45 to go in the first half, ICC leading 2-0 over East Central. Want to welcome those watching in favor of ICC and also East Central. This will set up a corner kick opportunity for the Indians. Luke Dearsley will issue the kick. Dearsley's kick is up and on its way. And deflected out by East Central. This is Tom Edge with Vincent Walters on defense. And Quint Hofsty will just kick that out of play. So Julian McCord will throw it back in for the Warriors. And we have a player down on the field for East Central. And Alfredo Guerra will help him up. That is number 11, Tom Edge, who's just shaken up a little bit, but he is walking on his own power. So the kick is on its way. And that will go in. That is number 7 of Zeno Ohe. And it will cut the ICC lead 2-1 with 5:07 to play until halftime. So here on the far side, And that shot right there will just be looked in by William Blake. Blake's kick is up and on the way. And so here's Guerra right here in stride. He'll pass it up towards Leander Breedenbrooker. Breedenbrooker met by some defensive pressure, and the Warriors take it away and kick it out of bounds. So here is Quinn Hofsty, who will send it up towards the box, but Giraldo will snatch it away. And a header off of Aiden Dodge will just go out of bounds. So the ball will go out of bounds and roll into the ditch. And Aiden Dodge will get a new soccer ball to throw in. So you're on a throw in. Deflected off a header from East Central. And here is Jillian McCord in stride. He's got Vincent Walters on defense with him, as well as Micah King. And so McCord will throw it back in for the Warriors. Throw in on its way. Deflected out by Quinn Hofsty. So Alfredo Guerra will throw it in for ICC with inside 20 seconds to play. And so Roy Gonzalez here in stride, trying to pass it up to Leonard Breedenbrooker. But there goes the halftime buzzer, and we will head into the 15-minute halftime break. ICC leading East Central 2-1. And like I said, we will have a 15-minute halftime break, and we will be back with the second half right after this.
The Kittles was filmed before a live studio pizza.
All right, here you go.
Look alive, dipsticks. I got Little Caesars. Did you get pepperoni? I want Italian sausage. It better be bacon pizza. Brothers, it's a 3-meat treat. It's got all those delicious toppings. Come on. Bacon, pepperoni, Italian sausage. And save Pop Kittle a slice. I'm a dog.
The Kittles love their 3-meat treat. Order your 3-meat treat for $8.99 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Join us on Thursday, October the 17th for Homecoming 2024 at Itawamba Community College. Festivities will begin at 4 p.m. in and around the Davis Event Center in Fulton. The football game will kick off at 7 p.m. against the Holmes Bulldogs, and the crowning of the Homecoming Queen and King will be at halftime. Visit letsgoicc.com for the complete homecoming schedule and the full list of honorees for this year's homecoming. That's Homecoming 2024 at Itawamba Community College, Thursday, October the 17th, starting at 4 p.m.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Basketball fans, make your plans to meet the Tribe on Tuesday, October the 22nd at the DEC on the Fulton campus of Itawamba Community College. The event will tip off at 7 p.m. and is free to the public. Members of the Lady Indians and Indians basketball teams will be introduced. Teams will compete in a three-point shootout, and there will be a dunk contest. The night will conclude with a 10-minute scrimmage for both squads. That's ICC Basketball Meet the Tribe on Tuesday, October the 22nd at the Davis Event Center at 7 p.m. Are you a high school senior that has a 24 or higher on their ACT? If so, you're invited to register for ICC's Emerging Scholars Luncheon on Thursday, November the 7th. This exclusive luncheon will take place at the Davis Event Center on the Fulton campus of Itawamba Community College from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Limited spots are available and they will be filling up fast, so register today at iccms.edu/emerging scholars. Future Indians will have the opportunity to learn about ICC's Honor College, the benefits of being a member of Phi Theta Kappa, and get a better understanding of why at Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Wowza! The three-meat treat from Little Caesars with delicious bacon, Italian sausage, and pepperoni. For only $8.99, it's also the lowest price in three-meat pizzas. What's your favorite part about it, Professor Amon-Ra?
Meat plus meat plus meat.
Wow, Professor Amon-Ra, you're a great mathematician.
Mathematician, more like meatmatician.
Oh, my bad. Order the three-meat treat for $8.99 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Ladies and gentlemen, Itawamba Community College is proud to present the 2023 ICC All-American Marching Band. Straight from the era that brought us tight-rolled jeans and the CD-ROM, we are thrilled to bring you this year's program, Fright Night. Traveling back in time 41 years, we open our program this evening with the Michael Jackson hit Thriller. And now, the ICC All-American Marching Band. parachute pants and lab beakers as the band performs the theme song from the 1985 movie Weird Science, featuring our 2023 Indianette dancers. In 1988, the fantasy horror comedy film Beetlejuice hit the big screen with gnarly reviews. Now we invite you to sit back and chill to the bodacious beats of the theme song from Beetlejuice, featuring the ICC percussion section. Cassette tape in a boombox and turn up the volume for Alice Cooper's Feed My Frankenstein, followed by the epic 1984 theme song for Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 Itawamba Community College All-American Band. band are Taylor Brown of Amory, Addison Clements, Middle Pontotoc, Priscilla Martinez, South Pontotoc, and Goon Gang, Lewisburg. Color guard captains are Joey Bishop of Amory, Amaya Pavette, Tupelo, Zeta Patterson, Itawamba, Kelsey Pritchard, Lafayette, and Kaylee Townsend of South Pillow. Indianette captains are Mackenzie Armstrong of Tupelo, Emma Mask Nettleton, and Madeline Minnick of Nettleton. Indianette choreographer is Sally Stallings of Amory. The ICC All-American Marching Band is under the direction of Christy Corbett, Brennan Eaton, Ryan Todd. Thank you for being a stellar audience, and we hope you have a wickedly rad evening.
Wowza! The three-meat treat from Little Caesars with delicious bacon, Italian sausage, and pepperoni. For only $8.99, it's also the lowest price in three-meat pizzas. What's your favorite part about it, Professor Amon-Ra?
Meat plus meat plus meat.
Wow, Professor Amon-Ra, you're a great mathematician.
Mathematician, more like meatmatician.
Oh, my bad. Order the three-meat treat for $8.99 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Are you a high school senior that has a 24 or higher on their ACT? If so, you're invited to register for ICC's Emerging Scholars Luncheon on Thursday, November the 7th. This exclusive luncheon will take place at the Davis Event Center on the Fulton campus of Itawamba Community College from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Limited spots are available and they will be filling up fast, so register today at iccms.edu/emerging scholars. Future Indians will have the opportunity to learn about ICC's Honor College, the benefits of being a member of Phi Theta Kappa, and get a better understanding of why at Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
And welcome back after the halftime break, ladies and gentlemen. We are just moments away from the start of the second half here in Fulton. ICC leads East Central 2-1. And we are underway with the start of the second half. So Alfredo will throw it back in for ICC. And this is taken by Will Barber. Barber passes it over to Braden Walters, and Walters to Quint Hofsty. And here's Cross Lindsay now here on the near side, who will pass it to Barber. And this will just be scrambled over. So Connor McNabb will send it over to the other side, but the Indians will pick that up. This is Elijah Belk, but that is taken away by John Gant. But the Indians will get it right back. And this is Nicholas Scholes here on the far side. And that will just roll out of bounds. And East Central will take possession. So there's Alfredo on the throw in, because it's a Luke Dearsley, and Luke is going to pass it, and it'll just get away from the Indians, and East Central will take it, but this will just roll out of bounds. ICC will regain possession. And Alfredo will throw it in. So here's Nicholas Scholes, who will pass it back to Micah King. King will pass it to Quint Hofsty, and Hofsty over to Cross Lindsay. So here's Luke Dearsley now on the near side. He'll send it back to Cross, and Cross will send it to William Blake. So here is Will Barber now after the takeaway. Barber will send it up for Frank. And we have a player down on the field, and we're going to take a quick break and be back with more right after this.
Welcome to the pasta party!
1, 2, 3.
Making new traditions,
Now let's go and keep going.
sharing old stories. Homemade pasta
Enjoy! Cheers to us! We did it!
and an ice cold Coke.
Okay, ready? 1, 2.
That's my recipe for magic.
Basketball fans, make your plans to meet the Tribe on Tuesday, October the 22nd at the DEC on the Fulton campus of Itawamba Community College. The event will tip off at 7 p.m. and is free to the public. Members of the Lady Indians and Indians basketball teams will be introduced. Teams will compete in a three-point shootout, and there will be a dunk contest. The night will conclude with a 10-minute scrimmage for both squads. That's ICC Basketball Meet the Tribe on Tuesday, October the 22nd at the Davis Event Center at 7 p.m.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
And welcome back after that quick timeout, ladies and gentlemen. ICC leads East Central 2-1 with 39:48 remaining in the contest. Jacobo Giraldo, the keeper for East Central, was shaken up, but he is back on his own feet. And during that commercial break, you saw an advertisement for Meet the Tribe going on at the Davis Event Center tonight at 7 p.m. Both ICC women's and men's basketball teams will be introduced. Event is free and open to the public. Event activities will include a three-point contest, a slam dunk contest, and a 10-minute team scrimmage for both squads. Just in time for the start of basketball season. And so we are about to resume play here. Kick is up and on its way. And off a combo header right there from Tom Edge and Cross Lindsay. William Blake will retake possession for ICC, and he will kick it up and out. So here on the far near side, they'll be taken away. So here's Micah King now. And that will roll out of bounds. Giraldo is down again, and Jaden Butler is going to enter the contest for East Central. As the new keeper for the Warriors. So here on the throw-in, East Central trying to take the top off the ICC defense. This is John Gant right here. And that is taken away by Luke Dearsley. He'll pass it to Elijah Belk, and he will pass it over to Braden Walters on the other side of the field, and the ball will get away from Braden, and East Central will take it back. So here is John Gant right here. And nice job right there by William Blake to just see it in, and despite losing his footing right there, he still reels in the soccer ball and comes up with the save. Blake's kick is up and on its way, and this will just go out of bounds. So here is Nicholas Scholes in stride right here, trying to work across, and he was looking for Will Barber right there on that pass, but that is broken up temporarily by East Central. So here is Quint Hofsty, who will pass it over to Cross Lindsay. And Cross will send it up and high and connects with Alfredo. And Alfredo's attempt was kicked out by East Central. So Braden Walters will send it back to Micah King. Here's King now. A dump off pass right there to Braden Walters, and he'll send it to Quint Hofsty. So here is Elijah Belk now, trying to get around East Central defenders, and a nice little move right there, and he'll pass it off to Will Barber. The ball will get away from him right there, and East Central will pick it back up. And that will go out of bounds, last touched by the Warriors. And so on the throw in, Alfredo connects with Braden Walters. Here's Micah King right here. Micah trying to get around defenders, and he'll just pass it towards Hofsty. Now here is Cross Lindsay. And here is Will Barber now. And that is taken away by East Central. And inside the box in dangerous territory. So here's East Central working on the near side, and that'll just go out of bounds. Possession will go back to ICC. And Alfredo Guerrero on the throw in. He'll throw it in to Cross Lindsay. And here is Quint Hofsty, who sends it to Micah King. King back to Hofsty. And Hofsty back to Lindsay. And Lindsay back to Hofsty. And Hofsty trying to take the top off the defense. And Julian McCord will just kick that away for now, but Nicholas Scholes regains possession for ICC. He passes over to Braden Walters. Walters to Dearsley. And just a little off the mark right there. So kick goes up and high. And that will go out of bounds. Possession will stay with East Central. With 31:42 remaining in the contest, no score in the second half. but it is a 2-1 lead for ICC. And Nicholas Scholl's shot attempt right there, just a little off the mark. It did not lack the velocity. So, scrambling over possession between both squads right now. So the Indians will take that away. This is Braden Walters who will pass it up to Nicholas Schultz. And here's Schultz who will pass it up for Frank Rodriguez. So this will set up a corner kick opportunity for ICC. And this will be Luke Dearsley who will issue the corner kick. Kick is up and on its way. And it was off a header by Cross Lindsay, but Jaden Butler, the keeper for East Central, comes up with the save, so it'll still only be a 2-1 advantage for the Indians with 28:58 remaining. So Alfredo will kick it up and send it over to Will Barber. Barber will collect the soccer ball and work horizontally, but that will just go behind the goal right there. So here is Jaden Butler who will kick it back out for the Warriors. And so Nicholas Scholes over on the far side trying to get around the defenders. And that'll be deflected and it'll roll out of bounds. And Scholes will throw it back in. This is Luke Dearsley with it now. And he will pass it to Micah King. And deflected out of bounds. So Butler's kick is on its way and met by Tom Edge. So here's Luke Dearsley who will kick it up and high, trying to connect with Nicholas Scholes, and that'll roll out of bounds before Scholes can get there. So Butler will kick it over to Cruz. And hit on a header by Alfredo Guerra. And collected by Luke Dearsley, but that is taken away by East Central. Braden Walters will break up that possession momentarily, but East Central's able to retain. So here's Alfredo now. Alfredo in stride. He will connect with Luke Dearsley, who will send it to Cross Lindsay. Cross sends it up back to Alfredo, but that will just get away from Guerra. So here on the throw in, Luke Dearsley takes it away for ICC and passes it to Elijah Belk. And so here is Nicholas Scholes, who will just send it back to William Blake. Blake's kick is on its way. So William Blake will send it back out for ICC over here on the far side, and now just roll out of bounds. So here is Nicholas Scholes, who will pass it to Micah King. And Micah will throw it back in for ICC. Throw on its way. And this is Braden Walters, who will send it up. And East Central will collect it. Butler will send it back out. And Butler's kick is up and on its way. Lands around midfield. And Braden Walters kicks it away from Tom Edge. So at 21-22 remaining in the contest, ICC still leads 2-1 over East Central. William Blake's kick is on its way, and it'll roll out of bounds. This is Pearson. No, Shoemake on the throw-in. And Elijah Belk will take it away, but Cade Shoemake will take it right back for East Central. So here is Elijah Belk now, passes it up for Luke Dearsley. Dearsley trying to work around East Central defenders, and he will pass it towards Braden Walters, and he will send it to Micah King. And over to Caden Smith. So Dearsley's kick is on its way, and Butler will see it in and send it back out for East Central. So William Blake will send it back out for the Indians. And a sliding kick right there by Quinn Hofsty will keep it in play. And so this will set up a free kick opportunity for East Central. Kick is up and on its way, and we have stoppage. And nice job right there by the Indians to defend that free kick opportunity. And so Blake will send it back out for the Indians. Sends it up and high and hit on a header by Caden Smith, and Will Barber trying to give chase and run it down. So here goes Quinn Hofsty right here. He will kick it for the Indians. Sends it up and high, and Micah King will send it over to the near side to Alfredo Guerra. And Alfredo will kick it towards Elijah Belk, but that will roll out of bounds right there. Nice job right there by Alfredo to block that out right there. Possession will stay with East Central though. Luke Dearsley off a header that connects to Caden Smith. And Hofsty will kick that away. And up and high, and Braden Walters will just kick that out of bounds and kick it away from the box. So this is Cade Shoemake right here, who will pass to Suchet Pearson. And so play will resume with Micah King throwing it in for ICC. Hit on a header right there by McCord. And that will just go out of possession, and William Blake will pick it back up for ICC. So here is Cade Shoemake, who will pass it back towards Anthony Cruz. Here's Cade Shoemake. But that is deflected off the foot of Alfredo Guerra, and East Central will reset their possession. And well done right there by William Blake to just get on top of the ball and just let it roll towards him. He will send it back out to restart possession. And so here is Elijah Belk, who will just pass it off to Alfredo Guerra, who will connect with Caden Smith. So here's East Central right here, approaching the box. And up and high. That shot goes out of bounds. So we will reset play right here. And Blake's kick is on its way. And so here's McCord in stride. And that is taken away by Micah King. And we have a pair of soccer balls on the field. You can hear Coach Carol Vogel screaming out, but play goes on. And now there's just one on the field now. And play will resume, or I say that. So now play will resume. And so that ball will get away, and here is Leander Breedenbrooker right here with a look. Try and get it around the defenders, but that is deflected. Elijah Belk trying to come up with a second chance shot right here, but he'll just go out of bounds. So Aiden Dodge will throw it in for ICC. Hit off a header by Leander Breedenbrooker, but it'll land on top of the net with 9 minutes to go in this one.
Come on, boys!
So McNabb will send it over to Pearson. And that is taken away by ICC. Caden Smith will pass it to Breedenbrooker, who passes it to Nicholas Scholes. Scholes trying to connect with Breedenbrooker again, but he is knocked down right at the box. So corner kick is on its way. And a collision right there. So kick is up and on its way. And deflected out on a header by Caden Smith. But East Central will get it back in the box, but Quinn Hofsty will quickly kick it out. And this will set up a kick opportunity for East Central. It goes up and high. So with 6:12 remaining in the contest, ICC still holding that 2-1 advantage over East Central in what has been a hard-fought defensive second half between these two squads. William Blake's kick is up and on the way. So Micah King will throw it back in. This is Roy Gonzalez, but that'll be taken away by the Warriors with 5 minutes to go. Kick is up and high. And East Central inside the box, but William Blake comes up with a save right there here late to keep ICC out in front, 2-1. Blake will send it back out. And here is Vincent Walters now. And here's Leander Breedenbrooker, but Jaden Butler will slide and get on top of the soccer ball before Breedenbrooker could get to it. And so here is ICC now, taken away by East Central. And they're going to get Micah for knocking down the defender. That was Julian McCord, but Micah was telling him he was grabbing my jersey. So this will set up a kick opportunity for East Central. Kick is up and it's on its way, and William Blake comes in and snatches it out of the air, comes up with a save. So William Blake's kick goes up and high. So Micah King will throw it in. So back and forth headers right there, moves the ball towards the left side of the field. Will Barber trying to connect with Leander Breedenbrooker, but that is deflected and kicked out of bounds by East Central. Inside 2 minutes to play, ICC holding a 2-1 lead over East Central. So off a header by Aiden Dodge will disrupt that momentum right there, and kicked away by Will Barber. And Nicholas Scholes will deflect that pass right there with 1:20 to go. So play will resume here. And that is taken away by Micah King. And it'll be kicked out of bounds. Inside a minute to play. 53 seconds in rolling. And deflected by a Vincent Walters header. And East Central will throw it in right here. Throw in on its way, but taken away by Micah King. So you're on the throw in with 22 seconds in rolling. And the Indians will kick it back and forth. And Alfredo will kick it out. And ICC is going to pick up a 2-1 win over East Central on sophomore day. We want to thank you for tuning in and watching soccer this afternoon with us. Next up, the Indians will be on the road Friday for a 7 p.m. match at Hines. And then next Tuesday, they will hit the road again for a 7 p.m. match with Pearl River to close out the regular season. I want to thank you again for joining us this afternoon. ICC wins 2-1, saying so long, and as always, Roll Tribe.